Do we want to tell a story now when we're all laughing?
Yeah, of course.
All right, you tell it. I'll chime in. You want to start it?
What about what happened to us? Well, we were going boating on Saturday. We went boating on Friday, right? So we were out all day riding around on the boat, and we come back in. Everything's great. And we get ready to leave on Saturday, and everyone gets in the boat. So we start driving, and the plan was, okay, we came back and we were at a quarter tank of gas, and we had to go right to the marina to get gas. On the way to go to the marina, you have to go through these like little lakes, channels, and then you have to go through the main channel, which has a massive current. There's huge freighters and big boats on this canal, or the seaway or whatever, right? So sure enough, we run out of gas right in the middle of it.
Shut up.
And I'm talking like wind is high and there's islands everywhere.
And
we're in the middle of the current with a big ass boat.
It's at least 90 to 100 feet. So like we can't anchor or nothing. We just have to just coast.
You can't anchor.
And you can like this video if you're enjoying story time. Let me know in the comments if you've had any boating experiences.
So we were just coasting mid coast. We got 4 kids aboard, and there was like me, Bob, Steph, and my dad. So the boat's full. You know what I mean? Like we're packed. It's an 8,000 pound boat. So with all of us, and then drifting in the channel, we were just like drifting extremely fast. And so at first the kids came up and they were like, you know, is everything okay? We're like, no, stay down there. And I'm like, you know, they were a little nervous or whatever. And I'm like, listen, when you see the adults get nervous, then you need to be nervous. You know what I mean? Originally, we're just like, so we're drifting down the middle. We got the tunes playing. We're like, oh, we'll be all right. We'll get close to shore. We'll throw the anchor.
Thousand Islands.
So we're drinking beers or whatever. Next thing you know, Bob and I look back and there's this huge island, and it's and on the GPS, my dad sees that it's like 90 feet right up to the island. So we're going for it, and now we're going like right into it, full channel. And mind you, this is a huge boat, right? It's not like a small boat. So we're waving everybody down, trying to get them to rescue us, and then we find this small boat that comes up, right, Bob? It was like a little, like small boat.
Yeah.
Like a fishing boat.
Yeah. And we're just like, can you just back us away from this? So like when the wind and the current takes us, we don't just smash into these rocks. And they're like, yeah, sure. Well, as they're doing that, so they do pull us out, right? And then somebody else had to come and rescue us because we just kept drifting, and the company that we called to come and pick us up to help us wasn't there yet. And they were like 30 minutes out.
30 minutes out. And we're like, this is like, we're drifting, and if we hit an island, the boat will sink, and it's 90 feet deep. And it's not like anything we could get to stop. Like Bob and I couldn't stop it.
Yeah, because there's no footing. There was nothing. It just goes like 90 feet on a drop off, all just directly to rocks. So we continue to drift, and then we realize we're about to hit another island. And we're like, okay, we're freaking out. We flag somebody else down. He shows up and he's got this super badass boat, like
two outboard 250 motors, which are big motors on a boat.
And ties up to us, and he's super nice guy. He's like, hey, I'm gonna tow you guys out of this main canal or this main seaway so that you're not getting ripped by the current. We'll put you in like one of these side lakes so that basically you're not going to drift, and get into trouble. So he does. He pulls us over there, and we get to a spot where it's like 30 feet deep, something like that. And we're like, okay, this is a good spot to just drop anchor and just kind of hang out until the rescue team arrives, right? So we drop anchor and everything's cool. We're just chilling, drinking, having a good time, and we're like monitoring the situation, right? We're like, hey, are we drifting? And we're like, no, we're not drifting. Everything's fine. This and that. Well, after about a half hour, we realized we were drifting, and we were about to hit another island.
Like close. It was real close, right? Like at that point, I think we were real close.
Yeah, we were like 30 feet.
And then it went from like we were not moving really at all, like really slow, to like the boat's full blown just floating into this island with huge like rocks and like shoal like rocks that would just basically, if they hit the boat, it was game over. Like we
yeah,
game
boat
over.
was going down.
Yeah.
So as we're nearing and we're getting closer to this island, like Swag, we knew that the water wasn't that deep there because we could see the ground. So Swag looks at me and he's like, all right, we're going in. We gotta stop the boat from hitting these rocks in the island. And then, you know, Swag's dad's like, there's no way you're gonna stop this boat. It's 8,000 pounds. You're not stopping the boat. Like, don't jump in the water. And we're like, you know, you're not, that's not stopping it, you know?
$200,000 boat, we're just gonna let slam against the rocks without trying?
Yeah, exactly. And so we just jump in, dude. And so there's Swag and I holding this boat as these waves are crashing into the boat, and, you know, the boat wants to go to the shore, and we're just standing in there holding this boat. Now, that's not the hard part even. As soon as we jumped in, dude, as soon as we jumped into the water, I don't know if you know what zebra mussels are. Visions, do you know what zebra mussels are?
No.
They're these little teeny tiny like clam things, and
they're like razor blades.
Razor blades, bro.
Yeah.
And as soon as we jumped in, that's what was all over the rocks. Instantly just start cutting our feet up, dude, just ripping them to shreds.
And then the boat's pushing on us, so like our feet are just getting full-blown sliced, paper cuts, full-blown. I mean, I'm talking bleeding everywhere. Like, you can just feel it bleeding everywhere. But what are we gonna do? We can't let the boat go. We let the boat go.
Yeah.
You know.
So the guy who rescued us the first time happened to live right next to where he dropped us off
On a huge island.
Yeah, and he's like, oh.
On the same island, though, right before we broke down the gas, we passed it, and we were like, oh man, it had a huge island boathouse, and then the house was like on the other side of the island, and we were all looking at it, we were like, oh man, this is awesome, you know?
Like, this is a
and come to
sweet
find
house.
out, this is the freaking guy, dude.
Yeah. So he comes back out and he's like, dude, he's like, we're gonna pull you out of here. He's like, you know, you guys are in trouble. I want to help you out, this and that. And super nice guy. Like, you know, we couldn't have run into a nicer guy. And so he hooks up and he starts to pull us away. Well, you know, the people that were on our boat are like, you know, Bob, like, get in the boat now. Well, the boat started moving and we couldn't get in because he's towing it. So Swag and I are just holding onto the back of the boat, dude, while we're getting pulled across.
I'm talking like Bob and I were touching asses to elbow, holding onto a bar that you like used to get up in the back of the boat. And this thing is towing us in high current. And like my family, the kids are all worried. My dad's, they're like, get in the boat. I'm like, we're going like 10 miles per hour with a current at us.
Yeah.
And you want us to try to climb in the back of a boat?
Yeah.
Dude?
And I weigh,
we've been holding it for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, our arms are like sauce now. Like,
yeah,
you couldn't do anything.
And I'm dragging, you know, what, 270, and I don't know, whatever Swag's dragging, right? And you're holding on. It's like I have to pull against my weight plus the boat, like pulling us, you know, to try to even get up. Like, there's no shot.
There's just no shot. So we go across this channel, and like we're like 3/4 of the way across. Now, mind you, we've been getting towed for like a good 5 minutes at this point. And I look at Bob and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm like, they gotta give me a life jacket. Like, my hands are so cramped, I can't hold on anymore. I just couldn't hold on. You know what I mean? Like, and so was that when you grabbed my ass? Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
When
So
you grabbed
Swag
my
got
ass,
the
right?
Swag got the life jacket. And I pulled the ladder down, and I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to put your feet on the ladder so you can take some pressure off, like while you're holding on to the boat. And he's got the life jacket on, and then he starts to climb up the back of the boat, and I just full palm just gripped his butt cheek, dude, and just start pushing him up while I'm holding on to the boat from the water.
Mid sentence, while he's like, I'm belly flopping up in that, like they have like a back deck on the boat, right? So I'm rolling my big ass up on there, and in mid sentence, he's like, I grabbed your ass. He's like, get with it. He's like, Smart, I grabbed your ass. I'm like, and I can't even breathe now. I'm like dying, right? I'm like rolled on my back, right? And I'm like having a heart attack, dude. And he's talking about grabbing my ass. Meanwhile, my dad's worried about we're gonna die because like we're going across this channel.
The meme boss, thanks for the 8 months, tier 1. Oh, dude.
I can see Bob saying that, dude.
Oh, dude, it was funny as hell. I'm like, this guy, I can't with him right now.
It was great.
Well, that's the time you guys would never
So-
forget, huh?
That's only half the story. We're not even done.
Holy shit. That's
You gotta
scary.
go.
Yeah, so we end up we're running, by the way, Swag. Oh my gosh, where are you?
I don't know. I
You have to get
I think I've looted the same house 5 times.
you need to get a car so I can get back over here.
I literally think I've looted this house 3 times. I'm not even kidding.
So we're sitting there at this guy's house, which is really nice, by the way. I mean, he literally lives on this island, and you can't even get to it via car unless it's winter time and it's all frozen over.
It's like a $2 million island this guy owns. Like it was beautiful.
So we're parked there, and we're just waiting for the rescue boat that we called the first time to still show up because they still haven't got there. So they finally show up, but we were tied to the side, you know, safe and sound at this point, right? We couldn't get the boat started, and basically they're bringing out band-aids. I mean, like the whole back of the boat was covered in blood from our feet bleeding. So we get our feet and everything all bandaged up, and we're sitting there, and I'm just like looking at Swag. I'm like, dude, my feet hurt, bro. And he's like, yeah, mine too. And the rescue boat shows up. They brought gas because we told them we ran out of gas. So they take the gas and they're filling up the boat. They get it all filled up, and then, you know, we tried to start the boat and it still wouldn't start. Well, come to find out, it got flooded. So we waited like 5 minutes and then fired it up, and then it started. And we're like, okay, we have enough gas. We asked the rescue boat, hey, can you just follow us to the marina to make sure that we get there so we can fill up with enough gas? Because we didn't even know if 5 gallons is going to be enough to get us there.
Okay.
So they're like,
it's
sure.
The tank's big. It's like almost a 100-gallon tank.
Yeah.
So like it burns a lot of gas. You know what I mean?
So we're like, okay, so sure, they're gonna follow us. So they followed us there. We got all the way to the marina. We parked, and we're getting gas at this point. So we're like, okay, we're good. We waved them off, and we're like, see you later. So they take off, and we think everything's great. We fire up the boat.
Another issue.
Fire up the boat, and we go to take off. And as soon as we go to take off, the boat stalls right in the middle of the channel.
Right in the middle of the channel with both sides
covered in boat slips.
Covered in boat slips. Boats everywhere. People coming in, and now the boat starts drifting again. Like all these really, really expensive boats.
Yeah,
dude.
and his dad instantly is like, gives me a rod. I'm standing on the front of the boat, and he's like, push off on these boats. He's like, we can't let him hit the boat. And so I'm standing on the front of the boat with this rod, this stick, just pushing off of these boats, like trying to not let us hit them. And we finally find a slip to get in. And so we're jumping off on the dock, and we're using the ropes, and we pulled the boat into an empty slip. We made it. So we're like, oh my gosh. So then we're waiting, and we're like, all right, let's try to fire it up. The engine's probably flooded again.
No, wait. So Steph was in the front, and she's like trying to help pull the boat in at the same time we're trying to get it in. And like on the front of these boats, they have like these metal bars, right? They're like handles so you can hold on. So she trips or something while she's trying to help and falls in the water. So she's in the water as we're trying to back this up. So she fell in as well.
Yeah, Steph went in.
Yeah, she went in. Yeah.
We got a car by us.
And why am I gonna go? Oh, I thought that was Swag. And uh-oh, they stopped here.
Why would they stop here? Swap cars? Yeah, swap cars. We just don't shoot them.
You sure?
Yeah. So she fell in, and we end up getting the boat into the slip. We managed to get safe for the time being. So then we does this have gas still?
Yeah, half.
Okay, Swag, we're gonna come to you. So we tried to start it again. It wouldn't start. We had to wait for we thought we flooded the engine again. So we wait, and then we fire it up, and it starts. And we're like, look, we're gonna wait a while it's running to make sure that we're gonna be able to get back. So we fired it up, we waited, and we were able to leave, and it didn't stall out or anything, so we were safe.
And mind you, now it's been like 3.5, 4 hours. We've been out in the water since it's all like started. So we were like, at that point, we were like, all right,
Yep.
well, we maybe should go home, right? Is that what we were like?
Yeah, we're like, we should just go back because this is ridiculous. Like we're gonna get into another crappy situation. Our luck is just not on our side today. We just passed somebody. I gotta stop to heal here. Swag, there's a guy up the hill behind us. It's right here. He's running in. He's at this rock.
On the right
There's
side.
two.
Now.
There's two.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
two.
yeah. He's on the right side. Oh, he's one. I hit him and you hit him.
No, I missed. That was all you.
You should see him on your side, Swag.
He's not peeking.
They just
Knocked him?
got him.
Yeah, there's two.
Whoa!
Oh, I see this guy. Nice hits, nice hits.
Knocked that guy up here.
You knocked that guy?
I knocked the guy on the right. Yeah.
There's one more with the rock. Nice.
Wow, that's scary.
So we decide, hey, we're just gonna go home because this is a mess. We just want to be safe. So we're driving back, and everything seems cool. And we get probably, I don't know, what would you say, Swag? Probably like 15 minutes back. Like we're only like 15 minutes away on the boat. And we're like, okay, we're close enough to where we're out of the main channels. We're out of everything. We're just gonna park the boat here, and some people can be out on the jet skis. And if we need any help, then they'll be able to tow us back. It won't be a problem.
Right.
So we just chilled there, and we were hanging out there for a while. And after we hung out for a while, sure enough, the boat didn't start again after everyone went back.
No, so the jet skis go back, right? And we're like, all right, we're gonna start the boat up. Well, all of a sudden, we try the boat doesn't start. So now we're sitting there, right? And now we notice that the boat is drifting. We pulled up the anchor, and now we're drifting towards an island again. And we're like 30 feet out from the island, and we're finagling over the boat. We're trying to do stuff. My old man, he gets up in front, right, Bob?
Well, yeah, because luckily, Blake was coming back with the jet ski, and we were able to be like, oh my gosh, thank goodness you're here, Blake. We can't get the boat started, so we need to have you tow us back. So Swag's dad gets on the front of the boat to throw him a line so that he can tow. And when he's on the front of the boat to throw him the line, he falls in.
He falls in. But he doesn't just fall in.
He doesn't just fall in, yeah. Like,
he does like a barrel
yeah, like
roll,
a flip. Because his feet tripped over the metal bar, and he just like end over end.
Right, ass over tea kettle over. And my dad's like a big man like me, and he's also like 70 years old. So Bob dives in the back because I'm up front with him, right? And I was like walking through the and I was like walking down the stairs, so I couldn't get to him as fast as I could, right? And so Bob dove in and saved him, dude.
Well, I went to the back. Yeah, I went to the back, and then I saw his wallet was floating too. I grabbed his wallet. So here's a little funny thing that was happening all weekend that I didn't realize was going on. So apparently, Swag's dad's name is Kevin. But, I was really tired when we got there because I didn't get much sleep. And for some reason, the entire weekend, I was calling Kevin Keith. I was calling him Keith all weekend.
And I just let it go a couple times. I just let it go. I thought it was funny.
So after 2 days, they're all like, dude, Bob, he's like, my name's Kevin, by the way. It's not Keith. And I was like, dude, I feel like a dumbass right now, bro. So I'm like, I feel like an idiot, dude, calling you the wrong name. So he fell in, and we had already rectified this by this point, right? It was like, all right, his name's Kevin, right? It's established, right?
There's an ATV here.
I'm good. I'm gonna. We're not running.
No, we're not running in.
So he fell in, right? And we were busting balls all weekend long. Okay.
Like busting balls.
Big time. Yeah. So I get him up. He gets in, and he's like coughing, and he's like, oh my gosh. And I was like, are you okay, man? Yeah, I'll drive. I was like, dude, are you okay? You know, I want to make sure you're okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And I was like, don't ever do that again, Keith.
And he's choking up water and shit, right? At this point, he's choking up water, like. But then what did he say? He was like, "Where's my money?" or something.
Yeah, well, I was like, "Don't ever do that again, Keith." And then he took the wallet and he looked into it and he goes, "Where's my cash?"
there was no cash. It was just with
We just got shot at. We just got shot at.
I'm muted.
From up north.
Oh, I'm dead. They played you guys.
I jumped out. Oh, really?
Oh, I'm dead. Need help, swag.
On the rocket one. He's tier 3.
I hit this guy on Blue Rock a couple times.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Trying to swing right.
There's 2 on that
On the
rock.
left.
Nice shot, Vision.
That guy got destroyed.
They're nading us. I'm gonna flank these scrub lords.
Go ahead.
Just hold on. Yeah, hold.
You ain't me, dog. You ain't me.
That was a good nade, dog.
That was a good
Yeah.
nade.
Healing real quick.
Yeah, I'm pushing him down.
Yeah, I heard them, dude. Got one.
They're all dead.
All dead. That was a good nade. I think they were hurt by that.
Yeah, I think they were too. It landed right on him.
Yeah, he was
I
prone,
respect
dude.
it, see?
Dude, there's no fucking way that I'm gonna go out there with you guys after that.
Yeah, so you want to come, dude?
There's
Yeah, but like,
literally
I
no
mean, here's
way.
the thing. At the end of the day, like, it gave us a good story to tell. But I'll tell you, like, Bob and I, the next,
Got a bike
like,
Yeah,
the
we gotta
next
take the
day,
bike.
dude, our feet were so swollen and they were like paint
Yeah.
cuts all over our
Yep.
foot. We got
Oh, yeah.
2 huge cuts. We're like, we were bleeding
Marcus,
everywhere.
That's just, that sucks.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Let me. So what happened? Like you guys didn't check. So what happened to the boat? Oh, well, actually, you're still.
Well,
going
we don't
right?
know. Yeah.
Is the
We're gonna run out of
gauge
gas,
messed
bro.
up?
Well, there's 2 things we figured out with the boat. Tell you once you get in.
We ran out of gas. We're in trouble, dude.
We ran out of gas. That was
Yeah.
a ran out of gas story.
Yeah.
Gotta turn it right a little bit.
I'm just running straight in, bro.
How did you guys not know? Like, there's no gas. Is that like?
So, well, no. So what we figured out too is because we had so much weight on the boat and the gas tank's in the back by the engine, that when we weren't planed out, we were just kind of like cruising. That we think it actually, when it got low, it was just tipped different in the tank. So like, you know, when you get real low on gas, like there's a low point in the tank. We think it wasn't there because of the way we were all in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the boat
But we do think there's
wasn't
something else
planed
going
out.
on. Right.
Whatever
We
it
think
is,
there's
it won't
something
let
with
the
the
boat plane out. And the problem is that the gas tank wasn't level, so it wasn't pulling the gas properly. And so even though it said we had a quarter tank, it wasn't pulling it properly from the gas tank. So it said we ran out.
Right.
I don't know much about boats, but is there like a capacity for like a weight capacity?
Mm-hmm. There is. We weren't over the weight capacity. There's something going on with it though, because on Friday they wouldn't plane out right, and normally it's just plane right out. And plane out meaning like when you take off it goes flat, so then it's like level, you know.
Right.
So, and in hindsight, we were just like, you know, even all day when everything, all this was going on until the part where Bob and I almost died. It felt like we were out in the open just drinking beers, having fun. You listen to music, you know what I mean. So it wasn't a bad day as far as like overall.
That guys.
here.
Yep. I'm not shooting till we get in.
Up in the first aid here.
Yeah, same. As soon as we get in, I'm down to destroy them, dude. I'm suppressed, so they won't hear me, Visions.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know where the other guy is. I don't know where he is.
2 seconds.
Oh, he's up here.
Smoking.
I headshot him. I might run around the back of this rock, Visions, to get away from these guys. Like, I'm going over here. Come with me.
How many first aids you got? I got 1 left.
Yeah. I have 1 left as well.
Okay.
We just wrap this way. Otherwise, we're dead. I'm gonna run through this compound. We might find one.
at the intersection, coming out of the compound.
I don't think we needed it.
It's a good wrap.
Mr. Pew Pew, thanks for the 10 gifted, dude.
Very good wrap.
Okay. Oh, first aid. Oh, baby. Quickly looking for another first aid if there is one. I got one. I can give you one.
Oh, in front of me.
Where?
Right above me.
Mark him?
Right above me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he could look over me. Ugh. Play you. Nice. Good try.
Oh, good try, Bob. Probably gonna die because of that.
Like,
I didn't know they
dead
were
to zone for that?
like
Nah, they're gonna make it in.
Yo, Mr. Pew Pew, thanks for the subs, man.
Good try. We weren't really focused, let's be honest.
You weren't? I was.
I mean, I was not, but...
I can't believe that was the team that actually got to rotate to us after getting shot by another team.
Yeah, like, how's the MK not tee off on you guys afterwards? Or on them, wide open?
Yeah, I hate
Like, if that was us where the MK was, one of us would be teeing off.
No, they had a really good lip, actually, so it was like they couldn't see him because there was a nice little lip and a ridge. That was the proper rotate for us. We just needed to win that fight. But, I don't know. I chalk the weekend up to that. Sometimes that's just what happens when you go boating, dude.